With the 53rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Hurts, quarterback, Oklahoma.
Well, it just got interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as Jalen Hurts is going to Doug Peterson and that Philadelphia offense, and there are a million ways this can go. Jalen Hurts has barely been two completely different quarterbacks. As a freshman, he was the SEC Freshman of the Year at Alabama in 2016, although they lost in that national championship game to Deshaun Watson and Clemson. 2017, he was benched at halftime of the college football national championship game, and then Tua Tagovailoa came on and led Alabama to an overtime win over Georgia, and then he backed up and led Bama to the SEC title after replacing an injured Tua Tagovailoa against Georgia in that SEC championship game. And then he transferred to Oklahoma and was a completely different quarterback, Kurt Warner. 32 passing touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. He had 20 rushing touchdowns as well. Kurt, this is such an intriguing pick.
That he picked big picks from the draft in 2020, so that's what's going on here tonight.
The Dallas Cowboys have traded the 10th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 10th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama.
So it is, in fact, a reunion tour tonight. Joe Burrow reunited with his wide receiving target, Jamar Chase from LSU. And then later on, Tua, the next pick, reunited with Jalen Waddle, his target from Alabama days in Miami. And now, Jalen Hurts, who is atop the depth chart in Philadelphia, gets the Heisman Trophy winner Devontae Smith as his target.
I'm very comfortable with him, and somebody that is so silky smooth when you watch him. He's the best route runner in this year's draft. There might be receivers that are rated higher than him, but nobody creates separation like he does, which is going to create some easy throws for his former and new teammate in Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, what I love about this pick is when you add it with Philadelphia, we keep talking about Jalen Reagor last year. He was beat up and all. But the rest of the guys, Travis Fulgham had to emerge for them. Quez Watkins, John Hightower. This is an absolutely home run pick for Philadelphia.
Oh, keep going. I was going to sing. Always great to come back to my hometown, Cleveland rocks. Yeah. All right, now for the Philadelphia Eagles, after a fantastic move in the first round to move up to get Devontae Davis, they've got another great pick here. So with the 37th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select a guard from Alabama, Landon Dickerson.
All right, Landon Dickerson comes off the board. This is the best interior offensive lineman in the draft if he was healthy. He tore his knee up later in the year, so that's why he goes in the second round. But you want to talk about quickness off the ball. His ability to reach guys in the run game is outstanding. Here you see him just turn and seal against big, heavy noses. He's played center, he's played guard, he's really played all 5 positions when you count his time at Florida State. At the second level, you see the pop and the explosiveness. He's got some serious nasty, always looking for work. Boom! You see this all the time when you watch Alabama.
The Houston Texans have traded the 13th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Davis, defensive tackle, Georgia.
And there he is, the big Georgia Bulldog who lit it up at the Combine. I mean, was just absolutely fantastic moving around and showing what he could do for a man his size. And for a draft that started with 5 defensive players, that just ended a run of 7 on offense as the Eagles trade up to jump in front of the Ravens and take Jordan Davis.
And Jordan Davis and Mailata, the big left tackle for the Eagles. I'll pay to watch that one in practice as well. They're 2 of the bigger human beings you'll ever see.
Down of Philadelphia. Where's Don Cornelius when you need him? Get the dance line going.
Jordan Davis swallowing up the commissioner of the NFL right here as he's getting set to hold up the Philadelphia Eagles.
Better be a large jersey. That one's not going to fit. That's not fitting. That's not enough jersey.
You're going to need to order one.
You're going to need a special.
Hopefully they kept the receipt.
You see my Hainsworth comp there. He's got tremendous range against the run, and I think the potential is there for him to develop more as a pass rusher once the opportunities present themselves. You want to double him. He doesn't have any problem with that. He eats double teams and then still finds a way to make a play on the ball. The quickness to win right away, that's very unusual for a man of that size to win right off the snap with that quickness. The lateral range, this is what separates him. Look at how much range he has to make plays outside the numbers and then collapse the pocket. That's where he is right now as a rusher. See the penetration there again, working upfield. The pass rush is going to come. That is still a work in progress, but why not have some fun and throw him in there at fullback?
With the 51st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Cam Jurgens, center, Nebraska.
Beef Jurgens, the best nickname in the draft, man.
I'm starving. I could go for a little beef jerky right now.
Beef jerky is coming to Philly.
They're going to love that in the offensive line room when they get in Philadelphia. Now, remember, Kelsey comes back on a one-year contract. This might be it for him. You have his long-term replacement here with Jurgens, who some teams actually even had him as the top center.
Strip. John Dornbos is here.
Yeah. It is good to be here. We got some Birds fans in the house. E-A-G. I'll tell you what, all 31 other teams love to hear that right there. With the 83rd pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the #1 team in sports with the greatest fans in the world, the Philadelphia Eagles, are happy, you know it, are happy to select a linebacker from Georgia, Nakobe Dean.
All right,
you
there we
are
go.
an Eagle, and you are going to love every second of it. Congratulations, my man. Welcome to the Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly.
How about Gio wanted a linebacker? He wanted a first-round linebacker.
For the love of God.
He got a first-round linebacker. He just didn't get him till the 3rd round. This is a player that should have been long gone by now. The leader of that fantastic Georgia defense. Everything he...
The Chicago Bears have traded the 9th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 9th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
So last year, the Eagles moved up a couple of spots to draft Jordan Davis from Georgia. And now tonight, moved up 1 spot and snagged Jalen Carter to reteam with Jordan Davis on the line in Philadelphia and end this Georgia Bulldogs night. 9th overall, he is, in fact, a top 10 pick in this year's draft.
Nakobe Dean's going to be having flashbacks tonight when he goes to sleep. He's going to be like, wait a second, I've got these 2 guys in front of me again now as I'm starting at linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the most talented football player in this draft class. And I think if you pulled all 32 teams and just said what you see on the field, who has the most talent, it's this guy. And this is a team, as Rich said, CD, that was in the Super Bowl last year. This is because of the trade they made previously. Who gets to be a Super Bowl caliber team and add potentially the most talented football player in that next draft?
And DJ, Howie Roseman as a general manager has demonstrated he's willing to be a year ahead in terms of drafting. Nakobe Dean, he sat last year. He's going to start this year. He gets his triangle back in front of him. But remember, they brought back Fletcher Cox, who's been a cornerstone of their defense for a long time. Here is his eventual replacement. And last but not least, Jordan Davis. Stamina was the question we had coming out. He played well early, got hurt, didn't play much later. He's got to increase his stamina, increase his rotations on the field. Can he come along with Jalen Carter and give them those 2 bookends inside for the next 5 to 7 years?
I just watched this guy play, and I marvel at the explosiveness that he has on the interior. He just sheds blocks so quickly. can get to the quarterback. He can produce from the interior. Now, listen, are there times when it's like, hey, does it look like he wants to play here? Okay, yeah, might be some effort. But when you pair him with college teammates that know him and know how to get his motor going, I think that's going to help Jalen Carter. And now all of a sudden, here's Philadelphia, and they got the two premier defensive tackles in the last two drafts. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, he's talented. And I would even disagree with you on the play hard point, Joel, because when I watched him, I thought he chased plays. He had an ankle injury week 1. He comes back with a knee injury later in the season. If anybody wanted to shut it down, he could have shut it down, and he was likely to be a top 5 pick if we didn't have...
Joining Jason in the Philadelphia Eagles.
With the 30th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, linebacker, Georgia.
I mean,
Go Birds!
just put hedges up in the Lincoln Financial. They should just put hedges up and...
Well, you see what the Bulldogs did the last 2 years?
The draft just keeps falling to him. Nolan Smith just went 30th overall after Jalen Carter went 9th.
I worked for him. Maybe I should know this, but are we sure this isn't Howie's birthday? I mean, unbelievable. It's hard to find guys that are this explosive. I looked at my notes. It just says juice, exclamation point everywhere. The comp is Hassan Reddick, who is now his teammate with the Philadelphia Eagles.
To welcome the newest member of the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 249th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Moro Ojomo, defensive tackle, Texas.
Yeah, Jomo, I thought he would be long gone by now. I thought he might go ahead of his teammate. Coburn went ahead of him. When you look at the way he plays the game, he's got really long arms, 34.5-inch arms, plays that 3 technique. Quick flashes the quickness. You see the quick hands, see quick feet. He likes to stack blocks. He'll peek around, get off, and make plays. I didn't think the twitch was dynamic, ultra explosive. But I thought he was a steady player. So he's got that length. He can hold the point, and you see some flashes with him. But I thought he would probably be a 4th-round pick.
It's been a very interesting draft because people have come off the board in different places. I don't think any of us expected, and just changes the math of what people are doing. Plus, as you noted earlier in this draft, at a certain point...
Opening of a new NFL Academy for high school football players. To make the Eagles selection, let's join Jordan live from the Eagles draft party in Burleigh Beach, Gold Coast, Australia. Take it, Jordan.
Let's go. How good is this? Thank you, Uncle Roger. Good evening to those of you from the beautiful land down under. With the 22nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Quinyon Mitchell, defensive back, Toledo. Go Bulldogs, baby!
Well, they got the corner that they wanted in Quinyon Mitchell. And I mentioned earlier, guys that go through the whole process and ace every part of it. Fall season, check. Senior Bowl, check. Combine, check. Interviews with teams, check. Straight A student here in Quinyon Mitchell, guys.
And think about this. You mentioned loyalty. I think you mentioned it as well, Joel.
Yes.
Different guys staying, right? DJ, you pointed out that Quinyon Mitchell had the chance NIL to go play Power 5 and make big money. Stayed. One other little small detail, he wore number 27 at Toledo. He wanted to get to a single digit like so many guys do, and he earned his way to a single digit. His grandmother said, son, if 27 was good enough to make you play the way you did before, 27 is good enough for you now. He kept 27. No NIL money, kept a number he didn't want to keep, stayed at Toledo, and turned into one of the top draft picks in the NFL this year. Speed to burn, and you mentioned the strength, Joel. He's got it all.
And just resilient. You think about the development. He was the 159th corner prospect coming out and recruited. He was the 253rd player in the state of Florida. And here he is, a first-round draft pick out of Toledo. I love that type of story and the determination that it shows that he's had in development over the last 4 or 5 years.
And you know you got to be pretty good for Howie Roseman.
Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham.
What up, though, Detroit? Hey, first off, I want to say, go blue, all day, baby. Hey, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. And y'all already know, all day, Dallas sucks, all day.
Whoa.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, but, you know, it's an honor to be here in the hometown of my city of Detroit. And, you know, 14 years ago, the Eagles have definitely changed my life. And, you know, to be a part of this organization going on my 15th year, I'm definitely excited to be able to announce this pick. And the Washington Commanders have traded the 40th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. And with the 40th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Cooper DeJean, DB, Iowa. Let's go.
Okay, so the fam cam presented by Rocket Mortgage shows Cooper DeJean in Iowa celebrating the moment. He is a Philadelphia Eagle, and Howie Roseman, I guess, decided to hit his secondary here in his first couple picks in Detroit.
Well, when you look at it, Rich, last year the Philadelphia Eagles 31st in passing yards per game, 31st in third down defense, 31st in points per game, 30th in the red zone. They had some work to do. And you go out and get the number 1 corner, in my opinion, or the number 2 corner, in my opinion, in Quinyon Mitchell. They just got the number 3 corner, and Cooper DeJean, who could also play inside as the nickel or could slide back eventually and play some safety. Think about Malcolm Jenkins, who made that transition from college to the NFL, a similar type player. You see this inside experience, excellent instincts to undercut routes and make plays on the football.
The defense wants those hard edges, Rich, and he can provide that.
With the 94th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalix Hunt, linebacker, Houston Christian.
This is one for new defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. I was told this is one of his favorite players in the entire draft, someone he really wanted to coach. We talk about upside, a little bit of a project, but there is a lot to work with here when you watch Jalix Hunt. Big time burst, change of direction, twitch, all that is excellent. Another one in my notes, by the way, another one playing against a lot of civilians, so I don't want to just pick on the Ivy League. He's beat up on a lot of guys. He's not going to see that caliber of player, but you look at how he dominated. You should be able to watch a player that's an NFL player and you put on Houston Christian tape. You shouldn't have to look up his number. You should figure out who it is within 5 snaps.